a super interesting podcast if you're curious for discovering ways of sabotaging yourself. Because sometimes we want something so badly and we sabotage ourselves by exactly the same thing that we want. So maybe it's a bit cryptic, but I will explain to you right now. Okay, last week, when you joined my program, one of the elements of this program is a full day of training on a beautiful location. Because yes, in coach sessions happens a lot, but in a full day you can actually transform exactly the things that needs to be transformed. So the day is like a Disney film. This training day, it's Rise Above Yourself. It's like a Disney film, emotion-wise, because a Disney film starts already always nice, and also last week it was sunny. All the trees were white because it was freezing, and so there was already a beautiful picture of a beautiful start of the day being the Disney movie. And we start, of course, always with what is it that you want to achieve today and after. But then, of course, we have to. The more you know, the more you're aware of what's keeping you from what you want to achieve, the easier it gets to actually go get what you want. So this is always it's a bit confronting, but it's always an important part of the day. And then again, I only work with women who are who have enough courage to face also these things. Yeah, otherwise you're not part of my program. So there was an exercise. You do it in couples. There was an exercise, and the story of this lady, we always work with it now. What's happening now? How do you feel now? What bugs you now? So this lady, something was after a month, it was still bugging her, because at work, there was she had a temporary manager as a colleague, and she remembered she was in a meeting with this person, and the decision that has been made by this person was so against what she stands for. And this person is gone, and now it comes out, right, that the decision has been made a few months ago wasn't the best decision. They know already now. Well, she's one side is good, but besides that it didn't work out well, she was like, okay, but why does it still bother me? So it's a perfect example to work with. So the funny thing is, what was bothering her in this meeting was that at a certain point she stopped trying, she stopped sharing her vision, because she decided to let go and she said, otherwise we say yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and nothing happens. So she decides to stop. Why did she decide to stop? Because she's a person of harmony. She looks at the bigger picture and she's like, okay, when we're fighting on this, it's gonna take us nowhere. But so to say, it was still bothering her. And the reason why it's bothering her after a bit of digging, of asking a few questions, let's say like this, after asking those questions, it appears that the reason why this is still bothering her is because the decision that has been made a few months ago wasn't a decision meant for harmony within the organization she works for. It wasn't about the bigger picture. It was just to fix something short term, what needs to be fixed long term, if you want to lean towards the bigger picture, the bigger vision. So the reason why she stopped trying to, well, convince or to motivate the other person to go with her opinion, with her vision, with her why, was exactly the same reason why she stopped trying and why she believed she should have continued still after months. So it's so funny, because what's funny, it's funny in it's not sarcasm, but it's funny because she wants one thing and she knows why she wants it, and then she doesn't go for it because of the same reason. So it's so important to figure out ourselves in what ways we sabotage ourselves. And for her, this insight was so important. And it doesn't mean that, for example, if she would be in a meeting room with this type of person, or in a relatable situation, it doesn't mean that she is capable of changing everything immediately, but she knows why she's doing things, and she knows, okay, I know that I'm doing this right now, and I know I also don't need to do this. It doesn't serve me, doesn't serve my vision, doesn't serve the organization's vision, it doesn't serve anybody, it doesn't serve the bigger picture. So instead of then giving up, she could ask herself, okay, now apparently this is not working. So what options do I have to actually make it work? And then you open up, because before, she did not have solutions anymore. The only solutions she had, driven by her wanting to keep the harmony between people, is to pull back. But that's not what she's here for. She's not here to pull back. She's here because she has a vision. And it doesn't matter. You don't need to know how to do it. She doesn't need to know how to do it. She just needs to recognize and realize, okay, I recognize this situation. I know what I'm doing. I know why I'm doing it. And I want something different this time. And I might not know it immediately while I'm having this conversation, but I do know I am strong and intelligent and creative enough that I will find a different way to motivate the other person, or whatever the situation is, to go with me, with my vision, with our vision. And that's all you need. That's all you need. It's we sabotage ourselves. We do it usually unaware, and now she's aware, so she can choose. But when you do it unaware, you just follow the path that you've always followed, and there is nothing wrong with that until it annoys you, until something starts to irritate you. Then it's time to wake up. And when you figure out something about yourself, that you're doing things that don't serve you, that's okay. The more of these things you find, the more impact you make, the more you can be a leader, a female leader. And you don't have to know it in the moment how to do it, but you have to be aware so you can actually make the decision. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And if you have made a decision, maybe you know exactly how, maybe you don't, but you're clever enough to figure it out, how to do it. I don't know, Google, listen to more of my podcasts, however you do it. Once you make the decision, I want things different, that's exactly what you're going to get. That's what your focus will be. And whatever you focus on, whatever you pay your attention to, whatever you give your attention, grows. So super simple. Enjoy, have fun with your ways of sabotaging yourself, because really, 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 it was quite a shock for her. She said, oh, that is so weird. I'm behaving because I want to keep harmony, and I'm annoyed because I want to keep harmony and connection. And so, yeah, it is, let's laugh. It's funny. It's how we are. And it's also how we change and make an even bigger impact. Thank you for listening. And please leave your comments if you recognize your sabotage ways of sabotaging yourself. Bye.